Love him or hate him, but Ryan Garcia has a beautiful left hook, and we're gonna get into the 4 things he does to ensure that he lands that left hook and the pros and cons of it. Hello, Earthlings. Ultraviolet Ronald from the Bronx here, and today we're gonna get into the 4 ways that you can land the beautiful left hook and the way Ryan Garcia throws it, the pros and the cons of it, and how you can implement it into your own arsenal to have an upper edge. Now, if you're a southpaw, it's gonna be left foot right outside that right foot. If you're conventional like me and most people, it's gonna be right foot right outside that left foot. You're gonna make sure your front foot is in a 30 to 35 degree angle, and your back foot is at about a full 90 facing off in the other direction. You wanna make sure your heel is in alignment with your toe. You're gonna stay nice and light on those toes, bend those knees ever so slightly, bring those hands up, bring it forward, tuck your chin, and get comfortable rocking. Now, when you see Ryan Garcia boxing, he's in the ring. He likes to keep that high guard a lot because it hides a lot of things that he's going to do. And plus, the defense of keeping your head alive is strong. But like you saw with Tank, it left him open for body shots. Now, the way Ryan Garcia throws that left hook is that he drops it down. Roy Jones Jr. and Joe Frazier would throw a hook like this, and that's the reason why it was so powerful and devastating when they would land. He drops it down right here to the waist. Now, when the elbow is in unison with the hip, that's when he throws it over the top. And it's harder to see because it really goes outside of your blind spot. So the way he'll bait in is come in, keeping that high guard, and you'll get a force of security like, oh, let me try to hit on him. Because it seems like he's just covering up and he doesn't know what to do. And then as soon as you try to hit, bam, he'll just come in with that left hook. Bam! And you see my whole body is going into that left hook. As opposed to your traditional left hook, it will just be a normal, just like this. Simple, I'm just bringing it hand up and over, all right? And then you got this way and you got the Soviet style way. But the way he would do it, it comes from the hip, it's very hard and it's not noticeable to see. The second way, he will do a check left hook, stepping back. So he'll try to time you as you're throwing a jab. You're getting comfortable, you're throwing your jab, and then he'll step back with that left hook. All right, he'll step back, throwing it from the hip when you least expect it, hurting you. And Devin Haney got caught with that a lot. He timed him, so he waited for him to throw it, and then as he would throw his jab in that bow and arrow type of way he was throwing it, he would step back, drop his hand, and then come over with the most powerfully generated hook in existence. I know it probably sounds really funny for me saying that, but there's a reason why his knockouts are so high. And when most people get connected, no matter who you are, they get hurt. Now let's get into the third way. He'll probe with the jab, all right? He'll use the jab to blind you. Now as he's blinding you with that jab, you're trying to figure out how to get in between because he's taller than most of his opponents, especially in the weight division he fights in. So he likes to just use that jab to blind you. And then when you least expect it, he'll come over with that left hook. Come over with that left hook. And sometimes he doesn't bring his hands back fast enough. That's the con of it. Because when you're throwing a left hook that is being generated from the hip, it's in tandem with the hip. So all of this gets exposed. And he comes over, but his speed makes up for that flaw. Now, if you don't have the speed, do not throw the left hook like that. But don't throw the left hook like that in general, okay? You can if you want. Everybody has their own style and the way of going about things. But when you throw a hook like that, you're gonna leave yourself open. Obviously, Tank Davis has the speed, the IQ, and the skill to combat that type of hook that Garcia was throwing at him. All right, by him keeping a high guard and playing a high-speed chess match as they were playing, he noticed when he'll probe with that jab out of nowhere, he'll start throwing the left hook. And what Tank Davis would do, he'll go under it in either direction and counter him. And he was eating some of those punches until he got hit with that flash knockdown. But you see, he was always prepared for it. Now, Devin Haney, he wasn't prepared for it, or he was prepared. I don't know. It didn't look like he was prepared because he kept getting hit with it. I don't care whatever the controversy surrounding him. If you're a high-skilled boxer, I've been doing it for a while, you know what to look for when a person keeps repeating the same pattern over and over. Tank Davis caught onto it. Devin Haney never made those adjustments, and that's the reason why he got hurt so badly. Take the biasness out of it. Just look at it clearly from a boxing lens, or a person that loves boxing, not a casual, but a person that really watches the sport. Now, the last way he would throw it is that he'll get desperate and he'll just start coming in. He'll start coming in, trying to look for a way to come in with it, and then throw it from the hip. And if he catches you when he's on the whim and he's getting desperate and his ADHD is kicking in, it's gonna hurt even more. All right, so the 4 ways again, he'll stay in his hard guard, he's coming forward, he's luring you in, and then right as you're about to throw, he throws, okay? That's the first way. He throws from there, and then number 2, he's stepping back, probing with the jab, and then coming in with the left hook. And then lastly, he's just getting desperate and he doesn't care. He's just trying to come in with that left hook. And that's the reason why you saw them get into huddles so many times, Garcia and Tank. But really think about what it is that you're doing wisely when it comes to the sport. Boxing is a high-speed chess match. You don't play boxing. It's very, very dangerous. As beautiful as these things look online, or all of this gossiping going on between 2 parties, focus on what the sport is and seeing if the person is living up to what it is that the sport entails. Daring to be great, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Making sure you're getting a good bag after it. Now, remember, Joe Frazier, Roy Jones Jr., Ryan Garcia, I know it's crazy, but those 3 people throw the left hook this way, and it's very powerful. Now, Joe Frazier, he was smaller of the heavyweights, right? And that's why it kind of worked towards his favor. And he would do it as he's like coming in, bending over, and then he would come in with that crazy left hook because you don't really see it because he's constantly weaving. Roy Jones would just use his speed, moving around, and then he'll just leap in with it, coming from the waist. And sometimes if your eyes can catch it, you can catch it. And Ryan Garcia, he likes to throw it from the high guard, giving you a false sense of security, luring you in, and then boom, out of nowhere, coming with that left hook from the hip. So much power is being generated from it. If you trust yourself, you're practicing, you're staying true to the fundamentals, footwork, keeping your hands up, making sure your body's not super exposed to the person to leave yourself susceptible to a lot of hits, and you're taking the sport seriously, everything will work in your favor. But you have to remember, you can't play boxing and things happen very quickly. Hopefully you got what you wanted to get out of this today. I had a great time explaining this. Leave the biasness out of it. It's very easy, especially pertaining to Ryan Garcia right now. But Devin Haney should have made the adjustments. That's why he got hit with that left hook so much. That's why his knockouts are so high. There's a reason for that. Now, if you liked the video, please comment and subscribe. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the ultraviolet, and always work towards becoming your greatest version.